Page C32 is using fraction bars. It's kind of reviewing what we did a few days ago, where we're using fraction bars to figure out how much progress someone's done in, for example, in a race. This is a canoe trip. Cecilia and two friends went on a 36-mile canoe trip. The table shows their progress during the 3-day trip. Use the fraction bars below to show the fraction of the canoe trip traveled each day. Each fraction bar represents 36 miles. Then you have to complete the table, figuring how many miles did they travel each day. It shows Friday that they traveled 1/4 of the trip. So I take Friday and I cut it in half again on each half. And I have those there. I'm going to shade 1/4 of it, because that's how much they completed. But now if this was 0 and this was 36, if I divide 36 by 2, that's what I'd get and put here. I'd have 18. Now if I cut 18 in half, that's what I'd put here, since I cut it in half. That's a 9. And actually I'd have 27 over there if I were doing that. So this tells you how far they've gone. I can do 36 divided by 4, or something times 4 equals 36. That would tell me what 1/4 would be. That would be 9. So it was 9 miles traveled that day. For Saturday, they went 5/12 of the canoe trip. So 12ths is kind of funky. I cut it in half and then do 1/6 on each side. The way I do 1/6 is I need to cut it in half and do 1/3. So you can kind of do 1/4 the way you did it. Chop those in 3. And that should be 12ths. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 of them. That's 5 out of 12. Now I can see this is where 9 was, so it's going to be more than 9. It should be less than 18 if that's half of it. 6/12 would be half. 5/12 is less than half. So I know it's going to be between 9 and 18. I have 0 to 36. And I know that half of it's 18. I know that 1/4 of it is 9. Now if I take that 9, this is cutting it into thirds. 9 divided by 3. 9 divided by 3 would mean there's 3 in each one. So I've got 3 here. 3, 3, 3, 3. Count those up. That's 3 times 5. Means they went 15 miles on Saturday. Now I said it was going to be between 9 and 18, and I could tell the way I cut it, it would go like that. A little closer to 18, so that seems to have worked. Okay, on Sunday they did 1/3 of the trip. Now again, we start at 0, end at 36. Now cutting in thirds is a little trickier than cutting in halves. You gotta kind of eye it and go like that. It's 36 divided by 3. Now, in other words, what times 3 equals 36? If you look at your multiplication tables or you know your math facts, you know that that's 12. 12 plus 12 would be 24, and the third one would be 36. Now they went 1 of the thirds, which means they went 12 miles. So that's how it looks. That's how it answers. All right, complete page C33 and come back for answers.